Scots with soul, we'll build this network. Scots and soul. Build this network on Scots with soul.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to the IndiScots Scots with Soul podcast, episode 6. I'm your host, PureTontoGamer. Today we've got two new fresh faces, Condiefly and Stubzx. How we doing?
Not bad.
Good. Yeah, can't complain.
Get the man, the myth, the legend back. It is YaldiTime. How we doing, Yaldi?
Unfortunately, you have to look at me again.
So guys, we're going to start off with Condiefly. How you been, man? What you been up to this week? YouTube, Twitch wise, life wise, anything? What you been up to?
Sure. Not a whole bunch, just with the heat. Like, I've just not been feeling it at all. Like, I've had a couple of days off, which feels really bad because I don't usually take days off. So it's been feeling super guilty, but I was back on it today. So few streams, just the usual sort of Destiny 2, Fortnite, that sort of jazz. Yeah, I was nursing a pretty bad hangover yesterday, so I wasn't on, which is a shame. But yeah, overall, pretty solid week so far.
Good stuff. What about yourself, Stub? Same question to you.
Oh, well, I've been playing through Heavy Rain, and I've been going through Beyond Two Souls. Fucking brilliant games if you like story games. But I not much else. Just playing through them.
Yaldi, mate, I heard you had a birthday this week. You turned 40.
Oh no. I'm a big 24 now. Fucking
24.
Spent my birthday up at the hospital seeing my mum. The rest of the week I've just been helping out, that sort of thing. Lots of physical labour, which I'm not used to because I'm a big fat bastard.
I know.
Yeah,
we get all there, aye.
Oh, man, I have to fucking trim the lawn. Oh, I've done it for 2 minutes. Can I go for a fucking ice cream now? What about yourself, Tonto?
I've not been up to much. I've been playing Cuphead this week, which is extremely raging. That game can cause serious problems. Been playing
got
that.
a bit of that.
Yeah, just a wee bit of Fortnite as well. I've kind of missed a couple of uploads to YouTube and that, so I've been pretty busy myself. I added to the collection, but I got a new set of Razor Krakens and a new gaming mouse. So I've emptied the bank account this week a wee bit to buy that. Much to the wife's dismay, she was a wee bit raging, but got to do what you've got to do. So that's a bit it for me this week, to be honest with you. That's what I've really been up to. Section.
Can't spend the money.
What's
Go
that?
on you.
No, I was just
Well,
going
if
to
you
go to
can't
section
spend your
1.
money on what you want, then what's the fucking point of having
That's
money?
it, mate. I mean,
if it's your money.
That's it. You don't take it away. You know what I mean? Spend it.
That's what I was going to say.
You're not taking it away. Right, on to section 1, guys. Section 1. What I want to talk about is cross-play in games, because it's been chatted about a lot. I mean, over the past month or two, it's all you're hearing is cross-play in games. How good it is, how bad it is. Do you really need it? Who really cares about it? And the great Sony debate. Is it Sony causing the problems? A lot of people say it is Sony. I personally think it is. Sony that are causing the issues. And really, are they just doing it to spite people? Is it going to hurt their company? But personally, I think it will. I mean, being a big PlayStation fan, right? I mean, I've got every iteration of PlayStation for it first came out, and I'm a big Sony fan. I did own an Xbox 360. That's the only Xbox I've ever owned. I've owned PlayStations for the get-go. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of gutted at Sony. Just the stance they're taking on it is as if to say, we don't want you buying content and games on other platforms and being able to play it on us, cutting us out the transactions. I mean, the logo is for the players. Really, they should change it to for our players. Know what I mean? Like, you're just harming your own brand. I think they really
Japanese players.
They said that they're going to find a solution. And to me, the only solution is just to allow crossplay. I don't see the big issue. I do not see the big problem. For Sony, they have so many exclusives that crossplay would not harm them financially in any way. Know what I mean? I mean, there's games you can only get for PlayStations. People would still buy PlayStations for the exclusives. Know what I mean? So I don't think crossplay would harm their company in any way whatsoever.
Well, didn't last gen weren't they wanting crossplay on the PS3? But then Microsoft blocked it on the Xbox 360. But I think it always seems to be whoever's got the biggest console, they don't want crossplay. And the way I think about it is like, fuck you, pretty much. Because like I don't know how to say it, like the they seem to think like, oh, I'm the biggest console now, we don't need crossplay, and then the Wii guys like, oh no, we need this. It's like, how is it really going to hurt them? If anything, crossplay opens them up to show who has the best console. Because if you can play with all your friends, no matter what it is, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, you're going to buy the best one. It's not going to be,
Exactly.
oh, what are my pals on? What are my pals playing? Because that's why I got the 360, because some of my pals were playing it. That's why I've got the Xbox
Same.
One, which I regret that. I've got the PS4 now, but it's all about the money. That's all it is.
That is it. I mean, one of the ex-directors said the pure and simple reason Sony will not do crossplay is money. They want the transaction money, and that is the only reason that they will never ever change their stance, because they don't need to, because they are the leader in the console market right now. They're that's what it is. I mean, they come out with excuses saying it's for security purposes and that, but obviously Microsoft have come out and said, nah, that's bullshit. That's no the case. The case in point is they unfortunately they lead the market, and they just do not want Xbox and Nintendo and stuff basically treading on their toes and taking some of their money, and that's all it is. Which
It's it's like building on their own monopoly sort of thing. Like, they control the market, so they don't want to lose or give off any of that control. So they've locked the players in to their own sort of, well, they've soft locked the players into their own console, basically, saying that if you go elsewhere, then you'll lose all your shit. This is the big thing is mostly Fortnite related with this, and this is why it's becoming more of an apparent issue.
Yep.
Because Sony have locked down players by saying, right, if you want to play on a different platform after linking it with another console or PC, then we're going to just take all your stuff away, and you'll need to start again, basically.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry.
yeah,
We can hear you now.
A little bit, yeah.
I had mic issues there. I don't know what happened.
Quite quiet.
Yeah. Sorry, my mic seemed to just die, this one here, so I've been trying to fix it, but it should be good.
That makes sense. Good.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of it's a difficult one, because like you guys say, like with Sony having the lead, it's in their interests to keep crossplay away, because the example I always use, because we have this conversation in stream all the time, and the example I always use is, you know, a kid at school doesn't have a console and he wants to play Fortnite with his friends. Odds are his friends are all on PS4. So if he can buy an Xbox and crossplay it, he might do that. But if you can't crossplay, he's going to buy a PS4, and he's going to do the microtransactions on the PS4. So, and anyone that says, well, Microsoft would definitely allow crossplay if they were in the lead, you don't know, because it's obviously quite a lot of money. But saying that, at this point, they need to think long term and think about, like you said, for the players, like it doesn't make them very consumer friendly, especially to someone who maybe doesn't understand the market the same way, is maybe just looking at it like, well, they're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like, people don't necessarily understand the financials behind it, and they can't come out and say that. So it's a really tough one, but I think they just, at this point, need to just bite the bullet and do it.
well, that is it. I mean, as I said, I've had every iteration of PlayStation, but the way I see it is, if Sony's going to be so stubborn with it, then when the PlayStation 5 comes out, because I've got a PC now, is it really worth my while buying the PlayStation 5? Because, I mean, I know a lot of people that have Xboxes, I know a lot of people that have got Switches. I mean, Yaldi touched on the whole Fortnite debate there. Like, if you had a Nintendo Switch, people were having to start afresh, because they couldn't link the Sony accounts up, so they're having to start afresh. You know what I mean? And that was a big thing for people, you know what I mean? So it's that way. Sony they're kind of shaping the market as well, because there's Fallout 76, right? The studio have says Sony will not allow crossplay, so we're just not going to put it in the game. We're just going to patch it because Sony's not going to allow it. You know what I mean? So they're not even going to bother with it. So Microsoft people, like Xbox people, PC people, and if it's released on Nintendo Switch or whatever, they're all not getting to take advantage of that because of one company has shaped that way for the studio. You know what I mean? They're just deciding that it's not worth it anymore.
That's disappointing for me, because I really wanted to get Fallout 76 on PC.
Yeah.
But most of my friends are going to be playing it on Xbox, so...
Dude, I'm in the same, like, a lot of my friends are on PC. Friends that I've wanted to play with for the longest time, and they're saying, dude, Fallout 76, get it on PC. My wife is desperate to play, and she has a PS4, so it's like, I'm going to have to buy the game on PS4. I'm not buying it twice.
Yeah.
I'll play with my wife. I'm looking forward to that, but, like, you 2 weeks after when she's bored, what am I gonna do? Like, it's just the worst, man. It's the worst.
Fallout's a PC game to me. It should be
Yeah.
played on PC, but
Yeah.
so
I mean-
Sony just like it's just all about the money. Like the way they are seeing it is, I can't really see. I can understand like the transactions when you go buy V-Bucks and all that kind of thing, but
Yep.
in the end, I don't know if Epic really care because they're making double the money. As you're saying, people had to make new Switch accounts.
Exactly.
So they're,
yeah.
they're making their money again. You're buying the battle pass again. You're buying all your skins again.
Yeah.
I don't think people are doing that as much though, really, as you think. I
think
think
you'd be
the
surprised
prospect
with
of
kids.
having to pay another £20 for another battle pass, then actually sink in hours to actually get the stuff just on a separate console is just completely pointless.
Yeah, I haven't completed the battle pass one time.
Neither do I.
Maybe
No.
twice. Like,
Yeah, but for me, Sony are definitely. I think they're actually going to harm their brand if they don't change their stance on this. I mean, the excuse they just keep giving me is we're going to find a solution, and as everybody says, I mean, what other solution can you find other than actual just enabling crossplay? What other solution is there? There's no other
Well,
solution.
especially.
Didn't
Sorry, go ahead.
didn't Rocket League enable crossplay for Xbox PC and PS4 at one point?
It did, yep.
And they
there's-
got in shit for
Things
it.
still
Yeah.
have it.
So
They still
did-
have it.
So did Fortnite. Fortnite, Epic Games said it accidentally enabled crossplay, and then Sony lost their shit, and then they had to disable it disable the crossplay. You know what I mean? So companies have the ability to do it. It's literally there, ready to be turned on right now, and it just
Just a
they just
switch.
can't do it. Exactly, they just can't do it because the Sony won't allow them to do it, and I just don't understand because, like I said before, Sony, I don't think they would see a big impact on their finances, just for the simple fact is they have so many exclusive games that you can only get for PS4. So, I mean, people will still buy PS4s just to get the exclusives because you can't get it on PC, you can't get it on Xbox, no other console apart from a PS4 or a PlayStation. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it would harm them financially as much as what they're trying to make out. I think now it's just trying to save face. We didn't want it to start with, and I think if we change our stance now, it's going to kind of embarrass us a wee bit. So really, we're not going to do it. You know what I mean? And as the ex-director said, he says it really just comes down to the money. They don't want to lose out in that transaction, and that is it.
Player bases do have a substantial factor in it as well. Unfortunately, we are in the position where there are console fanboys, and they won't stand for their game being on a different console and people going from their console to another. For example, a few years ago when Gears of War 4 came out, it came out on the Xbox and it came out on the PC. There was co-op modes, the Horde mode. You could play crossplay with PC and Xbox One, but you couldn't play crossplay with the Versus and the PC on the PC and the Xbox version. The reason for this is because the player base have had the fucking outroar on the Xbox One forums basically saying, if you bring PC players to this platform, I will not fucking buy it. I will not play this game anymore, and I won't buy your stupid loot boxes. So basically they didn't add it for like a whole year, and then they added it in, and then it was completely fine, and absolutely nobody cared. So yeah, the player base do have an impact on that sort of thing, because unfortunately, these people are childish.
Wasn't one of the fears with Gears of War that like the PC players would absolutely demolish the Xbox players?
Yeah, but it's just, they're making excuses, essentially. They don't want more people playing their game on a different platform. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I like the cross-platform on Xbox 3 PC because I've got the Battle Pass, not the Battle Pass. Fuck, that's on my mind. The Games Pass. So I've got like basically every Xbox exclusive that I can get, I play it on PC. That's just the way I prefer to play. I've got an Xbox, but PC's just a lot nicer to play.
Totally
I
agree.
with that.
Same.
Yeah.
Right, so that's it for Section 1. Basically, we've all came to an understanding that Sony are just being greedy, and they definitely need to change their stance on crossplay. 100%. Section 2, what I was going to talk about is cheating in games. Again, this kind of revolves around Fortnite because there was a company, I can't remember the name right, but it's this new sort of company, up and up company that does live streaming, and basically I don't know, they incorporate some sort of monitoring through Fortnite to track your stats and stuff, and they've seen a huge rise in sort of people using aimbots, and the reason they've seen the rises is because the aimbot that people are using actually has a man in the middle attack, a virus that basically opens a back door to your computer, and they're seeing huge amounts of people using this sort of aimbot to cheat. But what I was wanting to know is, like, have you ever cheated in games? Have you ever used any sort of aimbots, any sort of program to gain an advantage of people? Do you think it's right? Would you ever do it if you had the opportunity? I'll come to you first, Condiefly.
Sure. So, no, I can't say I've ever done anything like that. I'm nowhere near smart enough to do anything like that. Have any sort of cheats in my on my PC. The closest thing, I guess, I use like a scuff controller on PlayStation, but like it's just a modified controller. I don't have a huge advantage. Yeah, personally, it's not something that I've really come across. I mean, if you watch me, you know I'm terrible at games, so maybe it would be a good thing to do. I don't know, it might help me, but no, it's just not something I've done. I know again, my main games are Destiny 2, and they've been really, really good on blocking any sort of cheating, aim hacking, wall hacking, all that. But as a downside to that, you cannot use game capture to stream that on OBS because I don't understand. I'm not going to pretend I understand the specifics of it, but something to do with the way game capture hooks into the game's code is also potentially an exploit for cheat systems, hack systems, whatever. So they just block that. So like, I can't say I've ever come across anyone that I think is cheating. The only thing that's sort of quite common in the Destiny community is like a DDoS attack, which has happened to me before. When you're playing PvP, and it was Destiny 1 mainly, and people will DDoS you, and your whole you just go down completely. All your internet is gone, because they want to win. So that's really my only experience, but it's not happened to me frequently because I'm not good enough. They just beat me.
What about yourself, Stubzx?
Well, I've got to admit, I have dabbled in a few hacks here and there with mostly with.
Yeah, I'm fucking it.
I wasn't looking forward to this. Like, I've got to come clean, lads. I'm sorry, but it was what was it? I done it in COD 4 and World at War. So it was like the older Call of Duties. It was probably when Modern Warfare 2, and that was a wee bit of a no clip, God mode, aimbot, all that shit. And there was actually one game, because World at War, if you ever played it on the 360, it got bad with the modders. And this was like at the peak. I got a wee mod menu, and I went to a free-for-all match. I was like, oh no, my aimbot's not showing up anyone. So I flew up into the sky. There were 6 other people up in the sky, or 5 other people, the full game. We were all fucking modding. There's nothing any of us could do. So, I mean, I've done that. I've actually been banned on Xbox quite a few times for it. I used to get free DLC for games. And the other one was changing your name, which was always a good laugh. You could act as like some big optic hex or something like that back in the day. People would freak out. So that was always a good laugh. Name yourself a small child, so when you get killed, it's like you were killed by a small child, that kind of thing. But I've not bothered with anything like that. I don't care enough to actually bother with any of that anymore. I just used to do it for a laugh, just to fuck with people.
What about you, Yaldi?
Well, I did cheat like once, like 4 or 5 years ago on CS. Well, Counter-Strike original actually, and it was more the point that this game was fucking dead. Nobody was fucking playing it, and I'm fucking completely done with it. So I may as well just fucking fire this up and just get a wee bit of fun out of it before I chuck it.
That's fair enough.
I immediately got a VAC ban like 2 days later, and it's forever since been on my fucking profile, and everyone's like, "You're a fucking hacker," and I'm like, I don't actually care enough to hack. I don't care. I'm just fucking better than you.
Oh, what's
yeah, I've not cheated really before that, unless you're talking about like San Andreas fucking spawning in a Hydra and then flying about.
Good old cheat codes. Oh, I miss them in games.
Codes, man.
Up, down, fucking square, triangle, circle, fucking give me the money and full health, please. Whatever
My
it
favorite
was.
one, Rocket Man. Get the jetpack in.
For me personally, I've never really cheated it. I've never used any aimbots or anything. Just because I'm in Condiefly, sort of camp now. I don't think I'm smart enough to install them and use them and stuff. So I'm not really bored. I did look into back when I first started playing Fortnite. I did look into a Fortnite one just to see what it was like. But I ended up not installing it because I did search up and a lot of people were saying like they were having problems with it. It was coming up in the virus scanner and stuff like that. So I never really installed it. So, but like yourselves, I mean, the only cheats I've really used is just the simple ones in like GTA 5 and stuff. Just to get like unlimited money and all the cars and all that shit, because I'm just too lazy to bother just building the revenue up to buy the stuff. So I just cheat to get it. But that's about it. I mean, when I play Fortnite, I can see the point of people moaning about the hacking. Because see, when I play it on PC, you're just like, one guy killed me with a pistol for like 300 meters away or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, no way, man. No, I mean, like, see when it zoomed in on
You
him.
can't do that.
Like, I can't do that. No, Galdi, mate, you've seen me. You've seen me play Fortnite. You've carried me
no,
through
you're
plenty of games. Like, every game I play with you, you carry me to the end, mate. You know what I mean? You know how shite I'm at that game. I would happily use a fucking aimbot if I could use it, but but no, I've not really cheated in games. But it does annoy you when you see people using it, especially against yourself. It gives them an unfair advantage. It kind of annoys me a wee bit. But
I see. I can't say I've seen any in Fortnite. But I've seen quite a few in PUBG. You know, some guy's just standing there and he just sprays and fucking kills 10 cunts straight off.
Worst case of hacking I've seen in PUBG is there was we literally just landed like next to people, and then they came fucking tirading down the cliffside with like full level 3 armor on. They all had fucking scars, and we're like, we've been on the ground for like 2 seconds. How the fuck is this happening?
Sick. Right, well, section 3, guys. We're going to talk about trolls, and the reason this came up for me is because recently I posted a VR video. Right, I've had it a few times, but especially through Reddit, I posted a VR video, and usually when they're on my channel, I get decent views on the videos. And there was this one guy called Brian recently. I don't know, he's came for Reddit, right? I don't know what it is, but his first, I put the video up, it was up for like 5-10 minutes, and his first comment on it was, you talk too fast, and you're Scottish, your videos are shite. I was like, okay, right. I was like, no bother, right? So then I went to my video, there's a dislike on the video, and then a few other videos he's left dislikes on, he's left some quite nasty comments on a few videos. And basically what pissed him off was, what I did was, usually before I'd go in on him and I would call him all sorts and whatever else, right? But I kind of killed him with kindness. I kind of says, well, thanks very much for your input, Brian. I'll be sure to note that for next time. And I kind of be sarcastic man, alright, but I killed him with kindness, and I don't think he took to that too nice. I think he thought, you bastard, I wanted you to bite to me, and you've no bit to me, you've kind of been nice to me. And a lot of other people showed support in the videos, and kind of gave him a wee bit of hate. So I kind of went for that. Is the best way to deal with trolls is sort of kill them with kindness. Before I used to go in on them, but I like to kill them with kindness now. I mean, I had another one, a guy from Saudi Arabia, right? Because I checked his channel out, and he's doing vlogs and stuff, and I done another VR video, but apparently to this guy, I offended him so much because I forgot to turn around. There was a robot behind me or something, and he called me a cement-headed bitch because I didn't turn... No joke. He called me a cement-headed bitch because I didn't turn my head so he could see the robot. I was like, that. Do you know what? I took a screenshot. I was like, oh, props to you, man. I was like, you have the best comment on any video I've ever had. I highlighted it, I liked it and everything. I was like, this is class. This is brilliant. You cement-headed bitch. I was like, I've never been called that in my life. I was like, that is brilliant. But I don't know. The Brian one kind of got me down a wee bit for a bit. I don't know what it was, but I was like, fuck. No, I mean, it's kind of put me off doing videos for a few days. But how do you guys deal with trolls? Have you ever had any problem with anybody? Or like, is it put you off kind of creating content? Do you know anybody that's been affected by them? I'll come to you first, Condiefly.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've heard YouTube comment sections are the worst. I don't do YouTube too much. It's pretty like I've only just started on it, so I've not really seen too much of it yet on there. But like on Twitch, like trolls can be terrible, like so bad. And it's happening a lot to me recently. I think out of nowhere, there's this just swarm of them have just started appearing. I feel like it definitely happens more when I'm in the Fortnite directory. Like 100% it happens more in Fortnite. Some of them are okay. You know, you can kind of deal with them. Like the ones where they come in and they're maybe just like, you know, taking the piss a little bit, having a bit of a laugh, like that's okay. And then it escalates and escalates, and you eventually, you know, I'm kind of always aware that I don't want my chat to become this horrible toxic place, you know?
Yeah.
And it starts to edge that way, and it's really difficult. Like obviously with Twitch we have mods, and my mods do a great job of getting rid of these people and, you know, keeping them under the, you know, under the rug where they need to be gone. But we do get some serious trolls, and the worst ones, I think recently, you get people that are, you know, they say horribly racist things because they know they want you to ban them. They want
That's
that.
it. They just
But
want
I don't know why
attention.
they come in. Yeah, and it's like I had a guy yesterday that came in, and he started off, and what he was saying was, it was not great, but it wasn't like bad to the point where I'd be like, get the fuck out, you know, like it was okay, but straight away I was like, I can't focus on what I'm doing now because I'm so sure he's going to say something terrible, and sure enough, he did. You know, had to stop everything, like get him banned, get him out. Like you just can't win because, you know, there's people where I've said, well, okay, you get timed out. You can't speak for 10 minutes. Come back in 10 minutes and maybe you'll have calmed down. And they wait the 10 minutes and then they just do it again. And like, you can't win. I think the worst for me recently is people that specifically create Twitch accounts with names that sound like other things. Right? I had one today. And it's always to try and trick you to say something. And some of them are quite funny. Some of them are okay, and I don't care. And I'll see it and I'll just read it because I'm like, yeah, fine. I'm not bothered. But some of them have been particularly nasty. Like some have been real bad, and like there's nothing I can do about it. And like I don't even know how. Like it's sitting on my screen as most recent follower, and I'm like, I don't know how to get rid of this. Like it's terrible. So it's something that I don't want to tolerate, and I don't want to. Like I would love to do your thing, kill them with kindness, but it's sometimes really hard when I just don't want that stuff in my chat. You know, I just don't want it there.
I understand.
So we just get rid. Like they get one chance, timed out, and if they do it again, they're gone. It's my way of dealing with it.
What about yourself, Stubzx?
See, I've fallen for a few of the name ones before. I've been halfway through reading it and it's like, I'm not reading that. There's other times it pops up and I'm like, I know what you're fucking doing. No chance, mate. A few of them are good. I've not had any. I think I've had one or two racist ones come in and it was like, all right, I'm no falling for that one. But in chat, I've only ever had one sort of troll guy, but he was absolutely horrible. He came in, he was just spouting abuse, saying that he owned my chat, and he called me a baldy bastard. You know, every sort of insult for my hairline. It's like, oh, I fucking heard all of them, mate. Come on now. And I was like, ignored him for a wee bit, and he kept going. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to start attacking him back. So I kept going back at him, and he eventually just disappeared from. I timed him out. He disappeared from the chat, and then it was after I finished stream, I went back in, and I seen a wee whisper from him. I've got to open it now, and he's like, you bald fuck head. You got a shiny ass head. Fuck you, fat ass. I control this shit. Haha. Bald ugly fuck. Ha. Blocked. I was like, that's me winning right there. Like to me, if you manage to get the troll to block you, that's a win. There's no better feeling when they've blocked you and you're like, I done well there. That's what I wanted. Play them at their own game. I would love to kill them with kindness, and I'm sure there will be times when I do that. But if you can get them to block you, it's just such a glorious feeling when you see that message. This account is no longer active.
What about yourself, Yaldi?
Well, I've not had enough chat in my Twitch to actually have trolls yet. I've had one guy come in and be like, oh, you Scottish fuck, you shag sheep. And I was like, aye, mate, they're fucking brilliant. Like, what else did you expect me to say to that, mate?
That's what I was thinking.
I know my guy. He was in the chat there. He's called the Jukes, right? And I don't think he'll mind me talking about this, but he had an episode recently where he had 4 people in his chat, and they were basically just being trolls, just being absolute idiots. But for some reason, some way, they managed to actually get his address, and they put his address into the chat.
Oh no!
For some reason, and that is scary. That
Yeah,
is
that's gonna say
beyond
the
scary.
majorbies.
Yeah, he was in the chat there, and he was watching the podcast. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat anymore, but yeah, they managed to get his address and put the address in the chat. So he was putting a warning message out there. I've just a wee note to everybody, like, just put your address in, like, every iteration you can. That way, if anybody's trying to do that to you, it'll sort of block it. You know what I mean? But that, to me, when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, like, how the hell did that happen? No, I mean, it was just 4 random people. He didn't know who they were. I mean, they might be people, he might know them and they just set up separate accounts or whatever. But there he's in the chat now. But yeah, that happened to him, and that to me, I was like, oh my god, that is like next level trolling. That is like beyond a joke, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's too far. That.
Yeah, I mean, it can get to, I mean, that for me, I was like, wow, that is like next level material. That is like scary stuff.
Well, I mean, one of the scariest things that's happening a lot now is swatting. I mean, that's not a problem for me. I mean, there's no fucking SWAT team up here. It'll take them 2 days to get up on the ferry. But it's still a scary thought that armed forces could show up at your door ready to shoot you on sight if your address is out there. So it's not something. It's not a troll or a joke. I mean, I don't know why they go that far. I mean, I don't want to put it out there. Like I have a few times on stream like some guys are, I'm going to SWAT you. Go ahead. You won't see it on stream. They're not that fast.
I mean, it's Scottish forces. So what are they going to do? Charge you with fucking buckyballs, you know?
No, that's a Ned squad.
The
I
young
just don't get what people get.
Aye, YT.
Like, you see a lot of these big like IRL streamers, and when they go places, you know, a lot of times the chat will figure out where they are, and they will just harass that business with phone calls until the streamer gets kicked out. You know? And it's a constant thing with all these IRL guys. Not all of them, admittedly, but some of them, you know, and I just don't get what they get out of it at all. You know, what enjoyment is that bringing you? It makes no sense to me.
I think what it is a lot of the time, you kind of touched on it earlier, I think it's just the attention. They love the attention. Like, if they're in the chat, they think they're getting to you, they think they're affecting you, they think people's paying attention to them and what they're doing, kind of thing. I think that is it. It's just the pure attention with them. And I mean, like, as I said, through YouTube, I've had a few trolls through that. But I have had some people in the Twitch chat like, oh, you're shit at this game, like, your channel's shit, no, all that kind of thing. You're just like, just whatever, mate. I mean, why are you here? Why are you even wasting your time watching me then if I'm so shit? Why did you click on my stream? Why are you even paying attention to it still? Know what I mean? Like, you're like, come on, know what I mean? You just want attention. You want me to give you attention. You want me to be talking about you for you to be relevant in the chat. Know what I mean? And I think that's why I've kind of adopted the sense of either kill them with kindness or just ignore them, because the simple fact of the matter is they want the attention. They just want you to be paying attention to them. They want you to be affected by them, and that is it. I mean, so
some people are just looking for like self-confirmation. They're looking to like basically convince themselves that they're better than someone else. That's what they're basically looking to do. They're people that are sad, basically.
That's it. Just pricks, basically.
Yeah. That's a kind way I'd put it.
I've had, like, with sort of less, it's not really aggressive as much, but like, I don't know if any of you guys follow Destiny 2, any of that, but it's kind of gone through a very, very rough patch where almost every time I would fire up my stream and play Destiny 2, I would have people come into chat and being like, lol, why are you playing this game? This game sucks. This game's dead. And I almost felt the need to defend my choice to sit and play this game. Like, and it's as much as like they didn't say anything nasty, they didn't say anything wrong. I would never want to time them out, remove them, anything like that. But it properly brings your mood down. Like, that particular one really hit me hard because I was like, I don't have to justify why I'm sitting here enjoying myself playing this game. You know, I don't have to justify that, but it just kept happening day after day after day after day to the point where I stopped playing. I moved to something else.
Sorry, it's fucking cause in the.
Seems happened to me.
Properly was bad for a while.
But again, I come back to that. Like, if they're coming at your chat and saying, "Why are you playing Destiny 2? Why are you fucking clicking on my stream? Why you want to watch me play it? If you don't like the game, why you want to just come in and say to me, why are you playing Destiny 2? I'm playing it because it's my choice. I'm choosing to play it. I'm playing it for people that want to see me play it. You know what I mean? I'm not playing it for you to come in and say, why are you playing it? Like,
I'm feeling a bit
think
victimized
all
here,
the
guys.
streamers-
This is what I do to Scott every time he streams Destiny 2. I'm like, oh, fucking Resident Sleeper, here we go. Fucking 2 hours of Destiny, man. Oh.
One I get a lot is go play Fortnite. Go play Fortnite. It's like, fuck off, man. There's 1,000 other people playing Fortnite. Go watch them.
Yeah. Or the Fortnite, it's just full of, can I play with you? I get,
Aye.
oh my god, all day long. Can you add me on Epic Games? Why?
yeah.
I'm terrible at this game. You don't want to play with me. Like, what are you talking about? Why?
They want
I
to
don't
be
get
on
it.
stream. That's what they want
Pretty
to
much.
do.
I just don't
That
get
is
it.
it.
And it's just, I'm swarmed with it. You know, and I made the mistake, I think, of like accepting loads of people at first, and now I just get constant invites. If my party's not in private, I'm just being joined all the time. Like, just, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Old time Eddie here. Stop talking about me. I know. That's one of my biggest trolls. Old time Eddie, man. He's in the chat room now. That guy is a prick. I'm just kidding, Eddie, mate. I love you. So what was the next section? The next section was actually going to be IndiScots going after it, right? Because I thought we would be at this position, but when I checked this morning, unfortunately, this was the 6th stream. We had to have 7 streams. This was the 6th stream, and we won't make it because the day's the last day, which is an absolute gutter that we won't make after it. But we will get there, guys. I'm sure in the next 30 days because we've completed everything else. It's just that 7 streams, which is an absolute gutter. But I suppose we could talk about what would happen when we hit affiliate. With regards to, obviously, as you guys know, when you hit affiliate, you can get subscriptions and you can take bit donations, etc. So there is some sort of, you can get financial gain through that. And what would happen with that money is, as a community, as IndiScots, what would that sort of go towards? What would that be collectively now collected for and stuff? Like things like maybe merch, or to go towards like obviously we had the karting meet up there. Go towards maybe meetups and stuff like that. Once we hit affiliate. So hopefully within the next 30 days, obviously like I said, today is going to be the last day. So we're not unfortunately going to make it. So the next 30 days, hopefully we get there and we reach affiliate.
First on the agenda for the subscription money is to get me a fucking hairband. I've touched it every like 2 minutes for the last 30 minutes. We could read some questions now if you want to do that instead.
Wait a minute. Trossie said, Stubbs, tell Tonto my idea from last night.
Aye, so he's got this idea of with the first $100 that we get from the affiliate, what we can do. Yaldi already knows it. It's a fucking brilliant idea.
I just remembered.
Yeah, it was once he mentioned, I was like, oh fuck, aye. So what he wants to do is pay some kids, maybe like, this is going to sound wrong at first, but pay some kids, maybe 12 to 14-year-old, about £80 to walk about with like a shirt or a cardboard box or something with IndiScots on it. And they just walk about Glasgow, just advertising for us for a few days. They'll more than happily do it for £80. And get them to talk about IndiScots, you know, and sort of advertise a wee bit for us.
I'll do it for £80. Give me £80 and I'll do it.
Okay, I would do it for £80.
Same fuck. Right, we'll go into a few questions. Apparently there's a couple of questions in the chat. So Jack's PSN says favourite Twitch moment. If anybody's got one, they can just jump right in.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Isn't it?
My favourite moment.
Follower.
My favourite moment for myself was hitting affiliate, because I was trying for a good few weeks, just grinding, and it was halfway through a game of PUBG, it popped up in the corner saying achievement, that I'd achieved it, and I was like, yes. I did feel a sense of achievement. I was like, oh my god, thank God. Been working towards that, and I've eventually got it, kind of. So that's my favourite Twitch moment. Nobody else got any
Uh,
other?
I think for me it'd probably be the same because I was leading up to it and all I needed was the 50 followers, and as soon as I hit that I was delighted. I didn't get the notification till after stream, but yeah, once I hit the 50 followers, that was a good feeling.
Truss says when Lowit told Kyle his cat was eating a rat when Kyle was off as a bachelor.
I have one actually. Not too long ago, actually, Detroit Become Human. We played that through on the channel, and it wasn't like a huge game. It didn't bring in a lot of views, but like my community just had the best time with it. Like they were just like, we started it on I think the Monday, and we finished it on the Friday, and it was like, if I was streaming during the day, all I got was like, Condi, when you playing Detroit? When do you play Detroit? Just constant. You know, if I was 5 minutes late for that evening stream, like they were just rioting. Like it was awful. But like we, as a group, you know, we would play through it, and I'd say, right, you know, here's a decision, like kill or let them live. I don't know. And you know, the chat's just like arguing with each other, and then I make a decision. They're like, "Oh, you did it wrong," and they're shouting at me, and like it was amazing. And when we finished that game, it just was, I don't know, it was a really nice week, and I feel like as that community that we had that week, we're just like, we were that much closer, you know, just because we went through that, and they shouted abuse at me all week long, and we had a good time. So I think that's probably my favorite.
That guy Cod has said the best thing about streaming.
The people, the community. As much as we don't like the trolls, just having people in chat, talking away, having fun. That's what it's all about for me anyway.
I get to do mad shit in front of a camera.
That too.
For me, it's that mad Twitch money, bro.
Ninja over here.
No, I 100% the community as well. Some of my very best friends in this whole world are all through Twitch.
That for me, it's the same. The community and just making new friends and new people to play games with and stuff, and just building your sort of your friends and stuff. But yeah, that's it. The best thing about streaming is just building a community. And meeting mad skulls like YaldiTime.
What are you saying?
I said meeting mad skulls like yourself.
How fucking dare you, man? I'll follow you home.
Yeah, I think some of my favorite moments are playing like with the IndiScots on this channel, playing Jackbox and that kind of shit. It's the most fun we can have.
Flexiboot is put, would you rather come Pepsi or be able to come when you hear the Pepsi theme tune? What a question that is.
It's a very
yeah.
Easy. Free Pepsi, man, come on.
But the Pepsi Man theme tune is so good, that's why it's hard.
Can I change it? Can it be Iron Brew?
Right, well,
if I can come Iron Brew,
yeah,
that's
done deal.
no,
Sign,
that would make it
sign,
easy.
sale, delivered. Carix has put most embarrassing moment while streaming. I mean, I don't think I've really had a big embarrassing moment. I don't know. I mean, the only embarrassing moment I can give myself is that I thought I was actually streaming to Twitch when I was actually streaming to YouTube. But what had happened is I was setting the stuff up, right? I was setting up for a stream, and I didn't realise I had pressed the start streaming button when I had been streaming to YouTube the night before. So, like, what I'd done is I put a stream up updating people about what was happening on my channel, and I didn't have time to record a video, so I just did it live. So that was set up for the night before. For some reason, I loaded OBS, didn't realise I had pressed the start streaming button. So there's just me sitting there setting stuff up, just like pick my nose and all that, just sitting there like this. And somebody's like, you don't know you're live on YouTube right now? You've been live for about 15 minutes, just doing nothing, just sitting there, just not even speaking or nothing. I'm like, what? I went to my YouTube, I was like, oh my god. There's just literally like 15 minutes of me just sitting here like, just setting stuff up, picking my nose and that, scratching my head, just doing stupid shit. I'm like, oh my god.
I could have been a lot worse.
I could have been. Yeah. That's my most embarrassing moment, but that's the most embarrassing moment I've had. What about yourselves?
There's been a few times that I've muted the mic to go do something. I've completely forgot that it's muted when I come back, and let a few loud farts through, but that's about it. Just let one rip on stream and it's, I seen the wee mic thing go up. Oh, everyone heard that one? Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Not too bad.
I mean, any of my old streams are embarrassing. Like, if you go back, oh, when I first started, man, no beard, long hair, just terrible. Like, I honestly, I look
Basically
about
me.
12. Well, no, but I look like 12 years old. Like, it's horrible. And it's, yeah, I mean, I guess I get embarrassed every single day on stream because I'm terrible at games. And chat likes to remind me of that and take the absolute mick. It's literally like there's so many things that, like, you know, I miss an attack and it's like, oh, he's done a Condi again. Like they clip it and they make the absolute mick.
But yourself, Yaldi.
I've not streamed enough. It'd probably be like 4 years ago in the alternate Twitch account, streaming it at like 700 kilobytes a second, playing fucking Gmod and at like 1040p or some shit. It was ridiculous. If we're excluding that, it would probably be a few weeks ago when I was trying to do a relay stream, tried to start up the Dark Souls remaster with a funny joke about how it didn't look any better by playing Dark Souls on Roblox. And my computer crashed trying to run Roblox.
Oh god.
I was just like, fuck. Toaster can't handle Roblox, man. That's it. No. I'm at the game.
Cods, but how many tins can a tin man tan if a tin man could tan tins? I say
At least
10.
3.
I say 10 to him last time. 10 tins.
10 tins.
That's
At
it.
least 3.
At least 10. Jack PSN is put favourite part of your streaming gaming setup. For me, I would probably say, I'd probably maybe say my Stream Deck because it saves a lot of time when I'm streaming. It's quite an integral part of my setup kind of thing. So I would say my Stream Deck for myself. But yourselves?
My PC.
Your PC.
You think I'm joking? I've got giant googly eyes.
I've seen them. My PC, because I've not got a nice mic and I've not got a Stream Deck, so my PC's my baby.
Mine's is my chair, 100% my chair.
Ooh,
like
that's a nice chair though.
I don't know how to even show it without standing up. Yeah, it's my favorite thing ever. I love it. I told myself I was going to treat myself to a nice chair when my old one broke, and yeah, oh man, love it. Secret Lab all the way.
Nice. What have we got? Old Time Eddie. Would you rather have your PP made of Skittles, or every time you touch a PP vagine it turns to Skittles? What the fuck? Some of these questions are quite interesting, and I take it you're getting this for the Eddie. I take it you're getting this for the Skittles advert where the guy touches stuff and it just turns to Skittles. I would, yeah, I would have to say I would rather my be made of Skittles because I wouldn't want to be touching it and then it just disintegrates into Skittles.
Yeah.
I mean, my girlfriend always jokes about biting my cocks, so I mean, if it's made of Skittles, then she's definitely going to do it. I don't know.
I mean, you might get the suck more if it tastes nicer.
Tastes like the rainbow.
Aye, but what if they bite? They might like the chewiness of them. Then you're fucked.
No, your dick isn't made of Skittles. It's your piss is Skittles.
Oh, right. Ah,
So,
hold on.
so basically, your dick will taste like Skittles.
Aye, but hold on, you gotta think, is it whole Skittles coming out? We need more details in this question.
That's it, Eddie, mate. You
Would it
need
be
to
like
fill us
passing
in.
kidney stones, like
Pretty
constantly?
much. That could be agony.
Yeah.
Lightning Jeff has put, is there a game you haven't played on stream yet that you would like to play?
Detroit. God of War. There's a list.
Aye, for myself, I've got God of War. I did start it. I did start one, but literally I played like 10 minutes. So that is one game that I definitely fancy streaming. I don't know how popular it's going to be because obviously it's been out for a while now. But
Yeah.
I would just definitely just play it because I've heard it's an absolutely amazing game. So that's a game for myself. But yourself, Condiefly?
I don't think there is one at the moment, to be quite honest. I kind of went through a phase, like I like to play my single player games, but I don't generally like to stream them because the way I play them is, I think, quite boring to watch. I mean, on stream, nothing that's current now. I want to play the new Telltale game, the new Telltale Walking Dead Season 4, which comes out soon. But apart from that, there's just no games right now that really really interest me that I haven't kind of already tried.
What about yourself, Yaldi?
Most likely the Crew 2. Been grinding away at that. There's a few races that are going to take literally half an hour to finish them. So I'm leaving all of them and just gonna stream all of them in one go.
Well, for myself as well, I mean, I want to play South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I've went to
it's
that game.
amazing.
Nice.
Do you know what? I've
I've heard
installed the game so many times, and I'm just
Hmm.
I play like the first 10 minutes, and then I'm like, go to something else, and then I'll go back and I'll go to something else. Played the Stick of Truth, loved the Stick of Truth, hilarious. But that is one game I just fancy streaming. I don't know what it is. South Park games are just hilarious.
I'd like to go back and stream the South Park games. They're good. Oh, you've got to play it. You really do.
It's a good shout, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy Cod. What are your plans for the future on Twitch or YouTube? Come to you first, Stubzx.
Just keep streaming. I don't know. I've not really got anything planned. I just take it as it comes. See who shows up. There's not really sort of upgrades, mic upgrade. That's about it.
For yourself, Condiefly?
Yeah, much the same. Just keep it going. I've been in the somewhat, I guess, fortunate position where, like, between jobs, I've had unlimited free time to just be on and stream. That's coming to an end fairly soon, which is a bit rubbish because I've been used to basically a full-time schedule on Twitch here, which has been fantastic, but it's going to have to adjust. So I think once I get into the job, it'll just be trying to maintain as many streams as I can each week. And yeah, I think it's definitely trying to grow my YouTube because I honestly don't do anything. That guy Cod actually edits videos for me every week. So, you know, that's my goal, Cod. You need to edit more videos for me and do it good. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
But yourself, Yaldi?
Actually stream.
Yeah.
That's all I can really tell you, man.
For myself, it's just basically the same. Keep going. Like I said, I did miss a few streams there, so I just need to work a wee bit harder, trying to just keep that schedule so like down, get into a proper routine. I think the thing is, like, obviously I've got 2 kids, so a lot of my time's took up with them and just real life basically. And when it comes to YouTube as well, I mean, I cut down to 2 uploads a week, the Tuesday and the Thursday, and I'm just going to keep that going as well because I've seen a steady growth on that. I've came up to just over 700 now, so I mean, nice. I've seen a steady growth on there, so things are going no bad there. So that's basically it for me as well. I'm just going to keep grinding, just keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully the numbers keep going up.
That's all you can hope for, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jack's PSN, what is the optimal facial hair length?
Condies.
It's getting there, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's getting there.
That's
That was the
Definitely
first
more than mine.
I'm going to the barber's next week.
See this here. This here for me, right? This is where it grows. See here, I've been trying to fill this in for ages, and it's no filling in. I want the Condiefly look as well. I need that look, mate.
Mate, there's
Mine's
no
way
effort
more
goes into
pathetic
this
than yours.
It's,
Like
I was-
here, a patch here for some reason, 2 bits here, and a fucking baldy bit right in the middle.
the beard is honestly, it's like the main selling point of my stream. It's all they talk about. Half the time, it's just beard. My emotes are beard themed. Like it's.
Well, that was like the first thing I noticed when I went to the IndiScots. I was like, "Oh, there's a guy with a fucking beautiful beard, man. Let's go check that out." Oh, that was the first thing I said in your stream, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking beard, man. Oh.
Yaldi, mate, how do you get the jobby stains out of cotton bed sheets? I'm sure I told you this before, but it's petrol and fucking a lighter, mate. Just fire. That's the only way you can get rid of them, is fire.
Sorry, mate. I thought I was on Google.
Eddie, who would win in a fight or orgy between you four? I love how this went for a fight to an orgy.
How
like,
do you
what?
win an orgy?
If it came to a fight, but he says my money's on YaldiTime. I have to agree with you there, Eddie, because he looks like a scary character, mate.
I was going to say Yaldi would win the orgy, but
I wouldn't be winning the orgy, unfortunately.
Lightning Jeff, what do your family, friends, and real life think of you streaming? Do they watch? For myself, I mean, my wife watches every now and again just to check up, just to make sure I'm actually streaming, and I'm not lying to her. My cousin watches sometimes, and that's about it. When it comes to my family, I don't think, I think I've discussed this before. I think I discussed this the last time we were on. I think they don't really understand the concept yet. It's just that they're like, what, people watch you play games? Like, what? Why? No, I mean, like, they don't do it, so they don't understand the concept yet. But I mean, they don't really think it's a waste of time or nothing. If it's something I enjoy doing, it's something I enjoy doing. I mean, so I mean, they're fully supportive of it. But yourself, Stubzx?
I mean, my most of my family don't know. I've got one sister that knows, and my girlfriend knows. She's quite regular in my chat. She's in the chat here, actually. But nah, I've not really bothered telling my family, because as you said, they just won't understand. They've got no idea. I mentioned to one sister, and she was like, people watch you play games.
Yeah.
Yeah. They give you money. Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yourself, Condiefly?
Yeah, I mean, my family are pretty cool with it. My wife is super supportive, you know, on particularly days where, like, you know, maybe we've both got a day off, we have breakfast, and I'm like, right, I'm off to stream for 5 hours, and then I'll come down, be like, what's for dinner? Have dinner, and then be like, I'm going to stream again. You know, she's super understanding of it. I do definitely try and make sure I spend, you know, I have quality time. I'd spend my life and stuff, but like, Lightning Jeff's actually my brother-in-law, and he's always in my chat. He's like, yeah, he's the man. So like, all my family are super supportive. Again, mum and dad don't fully understand, but they're cool with it. Like, it doesn't bother them. You know, it's not really important. We talk about it every so often, but for the most part, like, people are proper supportive of it, so it's cool.
Can I just ask, is there some sort of cheat code you put into your wife to let you to stream all day? Because
I was going to ask
cheat code.
that.
I need that cheat code.
My wife is super cool. Like, she plays games herself, so she gets it. You know, she's like a massive Skyrim fan. And yeah, like, she gets it. And she does, depending what I play. And she quite often tells me that. She says, what are you streaming? I say Destiny. She goes, I won't be there. I'm like, that's fine. If I play things that she's interested in, she'll hang out. So no, she's cool. She gets it.
What about yourself, Yaldi?
Well, my mum and my sister, my older sister, don't know really about that. My younger sister knows fully well about it. She sometimes yells through the wall at me to shut up. My dad, on the other hand, he knows about it, and he's just like, "I just do it until you get money. Get all the money." I'm like, right, cool. I'm like, that's not why I'm doing it, but aye, sure.
What else have we got here? Jack's PSN, do you think it's coming home? Oh, Jesus, man.
No.
Wrong place for this question.
No.
Get him banned.
Banned.
No.
Carrix has put favourite type of accent. For me, it has to be Scottish, pure and simple.
Scottish.
No other accent matters.
Like a really gristly, shitty Scottish accent, just like, alright, pal. How's it going? And you're like, oh, yes. Let's go get a ball of bucky.
Exactly.
Jack's PSM, what do you think of Scottish football teams?
It's maybe a dangerous one.
Yeah, there's only one team for me. I'm not going to mention it. I don't think it's a safe
best
safe
not to.
option.
Best
Safe
not
option
to.
to swab this.
I don't watch much football, but there's one team, and it's that.
Lightning
You're
Jeff,
burning bridges.
do you have a favourite character from a video game? I've got a few. I don't know. I'm going to say Crash Bandicoot. I'm a big Crash fan. I like Crash. But yourself, Stubzx?
Coltrane from Gears of War. Easy. Brilliant.
Condiefly?
Oh, you've thrown Gears of War into the mix. Oh, fuck.
Mine would have to be Clementine from Telltale's The Walking Dead.
What about yourself, Yaldi?
I'm gonna have to say Coltrane now.
Yeah, yeah. My man, yes. Coltrane.
I was gonna be like Spiral before he turned into an edgy teen, but Coltrane. No.
Right. Yaldi, we think alike. I was thinking Spyro at first, but I was like, nah, Coltrane. Got to.
Give your best American accent. Oh God, man.
Number 15, Burger King.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last thing you want on your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus.
Right. I've got to mention, my girlfriend's actually American, so there's two accents I do to piss her off. There's there's a California white girl where everything sounds kind of like a question, like, oh my God, like, I can't understand you. And, oh, fuck, I can't even do the southern one now. There's the proper, oh, fuck, no, I can't do the redneck, fuck it. Next.
What about yourself,
See,
Condiefly, you doing?
There's no way I can. Although, have you heard about the space ghetto thing?
No.
Have you heard
Space
this before,
ghetto?
right?
No.
If you say space ghetto in like a really strong American accent, it sounds like Spice Girl in a Scottish accent. So you go space ghetto. Sounds like Spice Girl.
Oh, that's what it does.
How weird is that, right? How
That's
weird is
weird.
that? Just a little, I don't know.
I can't do a American accent. I don't even do Scottish good, so we'll move on from that one. Jack's PSN has put favourite thing about the great city of Scotland. Do you know what?
The people.
Oh, there's
That's
a bin every 2 seconds, but there's shit everywhere.
I mean, I don't know. I personally think, like, I might just be being biased because I'm from Scotland, but I think Scotland does offer a lot. I mean, it's a beautiful place. I mean, you could literally go for the inner cities, which are usually fucking dossals, to just the outskirts and the countryside and all that, and mountains and just like greenery, lochs, everything. It's a beautiful country. I mean, people come from far and wide just to see it. No, I mean, it offers a lot, man. I think Scotland definitely is the place to be. I visited a lot of places. I've been to a lot of places in America and stuff, and they love Scottish people. Absolutely love Scottish people.
Yeah.
Even streaming, people come in, I love the Scottish accent. I've
Mhm.
literally just came in your stream because you're Scottish, and they'll just sub to you. I don't know what it is, but they absolutely love it. I mean, I was in Tijuana in Mexico one time, and there was this guy, right, this Mexican guy, right, I swear to God, he'd never left Mexico, right, he said never left Mexico, and he was selling leather coats, right. he was chasing my grand down the street, like, hey lady, he's like, this look good on you, you know, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from Scotland. He went, Scotland, wow, Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Celtic. I'm like, I was pure amazed. I was like, how does this guy know about Rangers and Celtic?
Aye.
He's like, you never been out the country, you know what I mean? He's like, Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Celtic, nah.
I got the same in Bulgaria. When I went to school, they were like, Scotland, Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Rangers. I'm like, how the fuck do you... There's a fucking Bulgarian playing for Celtic. Why the fuck do you know what Rangers is?
Oh, that did amaze me,
I don't
man.
know.
It's
Right,
because
enough.
Scottish people go to all those countries, and because they've got the football and the pubs, they're just like, Scotland, you fucking outside. And they're all like, they must be fucking brilliant. And then it turns out they're all shite.
Oh. What's
Nice.
next? Jack's PSN, what do you do before streaming? I'll literally sit in my chair, quickly try and think what game I'm going to play, and then hit the stream button. I'm bad at prep. I just literally just say, I'm doing this, boom, start streaming, and go. I have no build up. There's no thing I go through before I start streaming. I just get on and do it, and that is it.
Set up my lights, grab a can of Iron Brew, and hit start screaming. That's it.
Put my kilt on. Yeah. all that.
Aye.
Quick blast on the back.
Put the sheep away.
Heavily shite my adult Huggies nappies. Put on the break screen for 10 minutes, realise that everything's fucking broken, and then go, I'll be back in 10 minutes, I'll do it then.
I was looking forward to Yaldi's answer.
Yeah.
I think that is it for the questions, guys. I think that's us done. And that's that. Yeah, it's been over an hour, so pretty productive podcast there. We found out Stubzx is a serial hacker. So that is, I mean, that is it for Scots We So Indie Podcast episode 6, guys. So thanks very much to Condiefly and Stubzx for joining us for the first time.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to YaldiTime for being back on, man. You're an absolute legend, mate. And thank you to everybody who's had a question and who's been in the chat, guys. And I guess we'll see you next Sunday. Thanks very much for joining us. Catch you all after.
Cheers. Build this network on Scots with soul. We'll build this network, Scots and soul. Build this network on Scots with soul.